Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and today I'm taking a look at these sequential LED lights with gloss black housings and smoked lenses fitting 2014 to 2021 Tundras. Now these lights are going to appeal to the Tundra owner who's looking for a way to inject their truck with some modern styling and lighting performance. Whether your stock taillights are looking a little worse for wear or you're just on the hunt for an upgrade, these are going to bring a healthy refresh not just to the look but also the lighting to your truck in an affordable package. Swapping out lights is one of the easiest ways to change up the look and style of your truck. And these bring a more modern, almost European style to your truck. It's a pretty slick style overall with those gloss black housings and the smoked lenses. But the light bars here are really the star of the show, whether they are on or off. When these are on, they light up a cool, clean red color, and they utilize a fiber optic technology, so there's no single point of light or bulbs that you can see. It's just a clean swath of light that goes all around the outer edge. Now on the inner portions of the lights here, you also get LEDs. These are going to function as your brake lights and your turn signals. In the center, you've got your reverse lights. Now just like the light bars, these big lights on the outside, the tail lights and turn signals are going to be LEDs. So these are going to be a nice improvement over your factory halogen bulbs. They'll be very bright, very easy to see. You also get sequential turn signals in there too, which I think is cool just no matter what the application. So most of your main lighting functions are taken care of by LEDs. Again, making these much brighter, they're gonna last longer, and it's gonna be safer out on the road as you're being more easily seen by other drivers. And they also look cool. Now it is worth noting that these do retain your incandescent bulbs for the reverse lights. However, that just helps keep the initial price and running costs a little bit lower for you. Now construction is your standard plastic for the housings, inner and outer, and polycarbonate for your lenses. Even with that smoked look over top, you do get that more aggressive look without sacrificing too much lighting output. Now these also come with all the necessary items for installation. They're pretty much plug and play as well, so you don't have to do any wiring or anything like that. Again, you are just gonna have to port over your sockets and your reverse light bulbs. Again, since those main portions are LED and that fiber optic around the outside too, makes these really bright and should have them last a long time. As far as price goes, these are going to come in around $475. Now that does make them on the slightly more expensive end of the category, but you do save a bit over some of the more expensive ones by not having a fully LED setup. You do get those LEDs where it counts, and if you like the style of this, I think you can't go wrong here. Installation gets a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and these should only take you about an hour to complete. Now, like I mentioned earlier, these are a totally plug and play operation, so you don't need to run any wiring or modify anything on your truck to get these installed. You just gotta unbolt these, put your new ones in, and then again, you're gonna port over your reverse light bulbs and the sockets for your main lights. That's really about it. So with that, why don't we go ahead and jump on out to the shop, and we'll show you how to get this one done.
For this install, you will need a ratchet and a T30 Torx bit. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing some taillights on our Tundra, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to uninstall your factory taillights, and we'll see you when you get back.
So now that we got our tailgate down, we're going to have 2 Torx bits, one here and one here. We're going to remove them. That'll give us access to pull our light out, disconnect it, and remove it. So now I'm going to take my T30 Torx and my 3/8 ratchet, get up in here, remove these 2 bolts. That's one, and one down here. That'll give us access to pull our light out here, like that. So now we got our tail light removed. I'm just going to push in on our tabs, pop out our clips. Take that one off, and the bottom. Now you're going to want to just repeat this uninstall procedure on the opposite side.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've shown you how to remove your factory taillights, there's a couple things we need to do to swap everything over to our new housing before we can go onto the truck with our new taillights. So we're going to come to the back of our factory taillights here, and we're just going to go ahead and remove all these sockets. And to do that, we just give them a 1/4 turn counterclockwise and pop them right out. We're going to do that for all 3 lights. All right. Then we can set factory ones aside. And then we'll come to the back of our new ones. Now you notice a little bit of tape here. These are covered when you get them, so you just have to peel back the cover. So we are going to be removing the bulbs from our factory sockets. Now if you want to save these bulbs, or generally you want to wear gloves when touching the glass on the bulbs, because it can create hot spots and that will cause premature failure of your lights. But we'll go ahead and remove the bulbs from the sockets, and then we'll go ahead and plug in our LED conversion plugs into our connectors. Now these do tend to be a little bit stiff right out of the box. Nice and slow, and eventually they should seat in. Then once we do that, we'll go ahead and tuck the wiring back into the taillight housing itself. And go ahead and get your connector seated, and then give it a quarter turn clockwise to lock it into place. So for this middle one here, we're just going to go ahead right back in, as that is not an LED conversion for our reverse light. We'll get that seated. Sometimes it's a little bit funky, but again, just a quarter turn clockwise, lock it into place. And then here, for our tail light slash turn signal, go ahead and remove the bulb. And again, plug in your LED conversion connector. Make sure that gets seated. And tuck your wires in. Get your connector seated. And then one more clockwise turn to lock it into place. Now we're ready to get our tail light connected to the truck and get it set into place. So we'll go ahead and grab our factory harness and just reattach our connectors as they came off from factory. So we'll get our marker bulb connector in, our reverse light connector in the middle here, and then our tail light connector down bottom. Make sure they click and they're nice and seated. And we'll tuck our harness back in. And first we're going to line up our locators here on the side. Get those set into place. And once we have that done, we can grab our T30 Torx screws and go ahead and reattach those. And once we have those in place, we can go ahead and tighten those down using our T30 Torx bit on our ratchet. And once you have this process completed for this side, you can go ahead and repeat these steps for your other taillight. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our sequential LED taillights and gloss black housing and smoke lenses for your 14 to 21 Tundra. Thank you for watching, and as always, for everything Tundra, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.